You must have some beef because you are listening to The Beef on 888 WSOS Southside Chicago. On the menu today, we got curling, we got ice hockey, but our first course is Mr. Ert Plabes of the Development Labs up at that far country called the North Side. Evanston, Illinois, Northwestern University to be exact. We got Mr. Plabes on the phone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Beef. I'm excited to be on the show.
I'm glad for that. Glad to finally talk with you. So I hate to ambush you, but the team is not looking too good during spring training. So far, 9 wins, 11 losses.
They don't look good if you only look at the record. What I see is healthy athletes with resilient minds and excellent competition.
I grant you that. Still, you'd like them to win more than you lose, right?
The easy answer is sure.
And that's what we got you here. We want more than the easy answers. By the way, where are you from, originally?
Just outside Sheffield, England.
Do you know an Amelia, perchance?
No, should I know her?
You fan of the Black Sox. Now, you were saying about the easy answer.
Beyond the easy answer, I'm more interested in seeing people reach their potential and have the bodies and minds and opportunities to do that.
And that's my cue to ask you about the development labs. You've been directing that up at Northwestern for quite a few years.
For 10 years now, but our connection with the BBA officially has only been 3 years.
What is your background?
Experimental body-mind mechanics.
Experimental body-mind mechanics.
Plus, I played water polo and sport race catamarans in Lake Forest.
They didn't have that major when I was in college, or else I would have stayed. Who am I kidding? Explain.
My focus is all on water, on leveraging the power of water.
Without giving away too many secrets, tell us what's what.
All development labs are different. Believe it or not, ours is not the most experimental. Some of my colleagues work with electricity or incorporate Jaculo and other mysticisms. Our methods are centered on water. There's not much secret. Water provides the exact amount of resistance that you need. If you and I were to, say, do a 100-meter dash.
I'm going to stop you right there, Ert. As a matter of principle, the beef does not run.
Okay, walk.
And I only walk begrudgingly.
No matter. It's the same. The gravity, the wind, the benefit that 100 yards gives us will be different for each person. You do a 10 meters effort in water, and it's different for you.
Well, for one, I'd be passed out.
The same exercises in water become different exercises for each person.
So you take our guys, you throw them in a pool.
Pretty much. The pool, the lake, the ice water baths. Weight training, in the pool. Cardiovascular, in the pool. Mental, deep submersion.
I don't want to undercut this as is my wont, but Mrs. B does something called Zumba. It sounds a lot like Zumba.
We do Zumba. Advanced Zumba for professional athletes. A little more rigorous.
Okay, Ert, that's vastly interesting. You know, I can't wait to talk to Nasty Boy about this. He's scheduled to come on sometime in May.
You mean Adam Hines?
Nasty Boy Hines.
Adam was one of our big successes. He came in wanting to work on a forkball, but during intake, we realized that he would benefit most from improving his changeup. And he did not know how to swim.
What?
Spent the first week learning the major strokes before focusing on his change.
Did he ever play guitar for you?
Oh, yes. That was quite special. See, we emphasize active relaxation techniques, and music is tops. Next to bantering, next collaborative fiction, salad prep. But Hines came in with a guitar and he was on it.
Last time he was on, Adam said he wanted to get some gigs up in Evanston or Rogers Park.
I don't think that ever happened, but we did play together.
You play?
I play piano.
That is fantastic.
We jammed quite a few times.
Too bad you can't do music underwater.
Sadly, no. But we're working on it.
All right. Hines is a pitcher. What about pitching? Pitching underwater?
Oh, yes. Underwater, it greatly reduces stress on the arm, allows for more repetition, slows down the motion.
It's like training with weights strapped to your ankles.
Exactly, but far less stress.
All right, who else did the Black Sox send to you?
Well, we had their Tatman Seshadri again. He's a tough nut to crack. For the second year in a row, we tried and failed to add a new pitch to his arsenal. Last year, we tried adding a curve. This year, we just wanted to add a four-seam. Guy throw 96 to 98, but never just straight fire. He needs that, and I think he knows he needs that to set up his slider and his changeup.
I know lots of people are invested in him succeeding.
He's only 24. I love how much patience the team is showing in his development, but people have their own timelines.
Like with Stevie Bodak.
It was wonderful to see Stevie again. He did a lot with trying to increase his velocity last year. I thought that was a bit much. He already hits 98, so this year we changed tacks and, for him, focused on his forkball. Did a lot of work on that snap of the wrist that is essential to the fork. Have to credit the water with that. Don't want to throw this too many times out of the water. In the water, we can work on it all day. And we did. Stevie's a workhorse.
I bet the pool was filled with co-eds when he was working out.
You wouldn't be wrong, Beef. He's a fan favorite throughout the spectrum.
So Dartotman, Stevie, the Dev Lab took in a bunch of other pitchers, right?
We welcomed back Orlando Rubio, the organization's top draft pick in 59. He's another guy that tops out at 98, but he has a genuine fastball. Last year we focused on pitch movement, but this year we took a big leap by learning a cutter.
Cutter. Looks like a fastball, but breaks at the last second.
He'll go up to Peoria, which will make it much easier for me and my team to do some observations.
You do that during the season? I thought the contracts to the development labs throughout all BBA and GBC were strictly off-season.
Well, yes, so we don't do any official work. The facilities during the summer is filled with football and hockey players anyway. But I send reports to Bujabal and Padmesh periodically.
Padmesh is a great guy. Great raconteur.
Good writer, too. You know, I was a fan of the Tokyo Pearls team he was on when they won the Global back in 2051.
No joke.
Yeah, Padmesh isn't considered a legend in training circles, but he's up there.
Might be one of the reasons the Black Sox keep shining guys that are fragile.
Well, there's fragile, and there's very fragile. And there's wrecked. Those are the classifications the BBA uses. But somebody can be considered fragile, yet he's great at recovery. Take Hashim Macon.
Lot riding on that guy's bat this season. To the tune of $20 million.
And he knows it. Beyond that mild-mannered exterior, there's a lot broiling inside him. We did a lot mentally to reduce that $20 million stress. Our goal this year is 140 games, which is more than he's played the last 2 years combined.
Let's hope he still has the power.
What he wants, and maybe he's already made this clear, is to make it back to the 2020 club.
He did that with the Colonels a few times. He had a 30-30 season, I think his first or second year.
Malkin did great with us. He learned a lot about diet, about meditation, did a lot of dry saunas and ice baths. We petitioned to have his fragile tag removed, and as far as I know, that petition was successful.
I'm looking, and it indeed was. No longer fragile.
We tried the same with Timofey Godomsky. He's another returning guy. Did a lot of work with our women's softball team last year because he was learning to play outfield. But this year, he worked on his health.
Timofey's doing some good things at first base this spring.
Strength and conditioning is the overall term. Hashim, Egyptian, and Timofey, Russian, got along smashingly. You wouldn't think, but the old trope of veteran taking a rookie under his wing still applies in the 60s, but is as age-old as sport itself.
The more things change, the more things stay the same. Am I right?
Exactly, and not exactly.
Mr. Plabes, can we get you back in a few months?
Absolutely, Beef.
Maybe you and Adam can do a set for us here.
I'll work on my blues licks.
Okay, you are listening to 888 WSOS Southside Chicago. I'm the Beef. Next we got curling. Hold on to your seats.